A fiddler on the roof. Sounds crazy, no? But in our little village of Anatevka, you might say that each one of us is a fiddler on the roof, trying to scratch out a pleasant, simple tune without breaking his neck. It isn't easy. You may ask, why do we stay up here if it's so dangerous? We stay because Anatevka is our home. And how do we keep our balance? That I can tell you in one word. Tradition. Tradition, 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 tradition. Because of our tradition, we have kept our balance for many years. And here in Anatevka, we have traditions for everything. How to eat, how to sleep, how to work, how to wear clothes. For instance, we always keep our heads covered, and we always wear a little prayer shawl. This shows our constant devotion to God. You may ask, how did this tradition start? I'll tell you. I don't know. But it's a tradition. Because of our traditions, every one of us knows who he is and what God expects him to do.
Who day and night must scramble for a living, feed a wife and children, say his daily prayers, and who has the right as master of the house to have the final word at home? The Papa. She's pretty. The songs, tradition. The songs, tradition.
And who does Mama teach to mend and tend and fix, preparing me to marry whoever Papa picks? The daughters.
In the circle of our village, we have always had our special titles. For instance, Yenke, the matchmaker.
Alfred, I have a perfect match for your son. A wonderful girl.
Who is it?
Rocco, the shoemaker's daughter.
Rocco. She can hardly see. She's almost blind.
Tell the truth, Alfred. Is your son so much to look at? The way she sees and the way he looks, it's a perfect match.
And Reb Nachum, the beggar.
Ah,
and most important, our beloved rabbi. And there are others in our village that make an even bigger circle. His Honor, the constable. His Honor, the priest. His Honor, many others. We don't bother them, and so far they don't bother us. Of course, amongst ourselves, we get along perfectly well. There was the time, however, when he sold him a horse and delivered a mule. But that's all settled now. Now we live in simple peace and harmony, and we get along.
It was a horse.
It was a mule.
It was a horse.
It was a mule, I tell you. A mule!
Tradition. Tradition. Without our traditions, our lives would be as shaky as our fiddler on the roof.
Head. By the stove, foolish girl. And where is Hava?
In the barn, milking. When will Papa be home?
It's almost the Sabbath, and he cares a lot when he'll be home. All day long riding on top of his wagon like a prince.
Mama, you know Papa works hard.
His horse works harder, and you don't have to defend your Papa to me. I know him a little longer than you. He could drive a person crazy. He should only live and be well. Sprinza, bring me some more potatoes.
Yes, Mama. Yes, Mama.
Hava, did you finish milking?
Oh, yes, Mama.
You were reading again? Why should a girl have to read? Will it get her a better husband?
No, Mama.
No. Here.
Mama, Yenda's coming. She's down the road. I wonder if she found a match for you, Seidel.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Why does she have to come now? It's almost Sabbath.
You go finish inside. I want to talk to Yenta alone.
Mama, may I go out and play?
You have feet? Go.
Can I go too?
Go too.
But Mama, the men she finds, the last one was so old. He had no hair. He was completely bald.
Cycle. A poor girl without a dowry cannot be so particular. You want hair? Marry a monkey.
Mama, I'm not yet 20 years old.
Shut up! Do you have to boast about your age? Do you want to tempt the evil eye? Inside. Oy.
Golda! Golda, darling, I had to see you because I have such news for you. And not just every shouldn't be so picky. Even the worst husband, God forbid, is better than no husband, God forbid. And who should know better than me? Ever since my husband died, I've been a poor widow, alone. Nobody to talk to. Nothing to say to anyone. Why, it's no life. All I do at night is think of him. And even thinking of him gives me no pleasure. Because you know as well as I, he was not much of a person. Everything he touched turned to mud. But better than nothing.
Good evening. Is Zeitel in the house?
But she's busy. You can come back later.
But there's something I'd like to tell
I
her.
said later, Mottel.
Motto, I thought I heard your voice.
Finish what you were doing. I said later, Mottel.
All right.
Oi.
What is that golden tailor Motto? What's with Zeitel?
Oh, they've been friends since they were babies together. They talk, they play, you
They
know.
play? What do they play?
Who knows? They're just children.
From such children come other children.
Mottel, he's a nothing. Yenta, you said...
Children. They are a blessing in your old age. Oy, but my poor Aaron couldn't give me children. Believe me, he was good as gold. Never raised his voice to me. But otherwise, he was not much of a man. So, what good is it if he never raised his voice? Oy, but what's the use of complaining? Other women enjoy complaining, but not Yenta. Not every woman in the world is a Yenta. Well, I must go and prepare my post-Sabbath table. So, goodbye, Yenta. And it was a pleasure talking our hearts out to each other.
Yenta, you said you had news for me?
I'm losing my head. One day it will fall off altogether, and the horse will kick it into the mud. Then, goodbye, Yenta. Of course, the news. It's about Laser Wolf the Butcher. A good man, a fine man. And I don't have to tell you. He's well off, but he's lonely, the poor man. You understand. Of course you do. To make it short, out of this whole town, he's cast his eye on Zeitel.
My Zeitel?
No, the Tsar Zeitel. Of course you're Zeitel.
Such a match for my Zeitel. Tevye will... But Tevye doesn't like laser.
Sit down.
Tevye wants a learned man.
Sit down. Listen to me. Send Tevye to him. Don't tell him what it's about. Let Laser discuss it himself. He'll win him over. He's a good man, a wealthy man. True? So, you'll tell me how it went. And you don't have to thank me, Golda, because aside from my fee, which anyway Laser will pay, it gives me satisfaction to make people happy. Boy, what better satisfaction is there? So, goodbye, Golda. And you're welcome.
Mama, what did Yenta want?
When I want you to know, I'll tell you. Finish washing the floor.
I wonder if Yenta's found a husband for you. I'm not anxious for Yenta to find me a husband. Not unless it's Mottel the tailor. I didn't ask you. Well, Zeitel, you're the oldest. They have to make a match for you before they can make one for me. And after her, one for me. So if Yenta Yenta! Well, somebody has to arrange the matches. Young people can't decide these things on their own. Besides, she might bring someone wonderful. Someone interesting. And well off. And important. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Matchmaker, matchmaker, look through your book and make me a perfect match. Matchmaker, matchmaker, I'll bring the veil. You bring the groom, slender and pale. Bring me a ring, for I'm longing to be the envy of all I see. For Papa, make him a scholar. For Mama, make him rich as a king. For me, well, I wouldn't holler if he were as handsome as any only has one rabbi, and he only has one son. Why shouldn't I want the best? Because you're a girl from a poor family. So whatever Yenta brings, you'll take, right? Of course, threat. Huddle, oh huddle, have I made a match for you? He's handsome, he's young, all right, he's 62, but he's a nice man, a good catch. Troop. I promise you'll be happy, and even if you're not, there's more to life than that. Don't ask me what. I found him. Won't you be a lucky bride? He's handsome. He's tall. That is from side to side. But he's a nice man, a good catch. Right? Right. You heard he has a temper. He'll beat you every night. But only when he's sober. So you're all right. Did you think you'd get a prince? Well, I'll do the best I can. With no dowry, no money, no family background. Be glad you got a man. Matchmaker, matchmaker, you know that I'm still very young. Please take your time. Up to this minute, I misunderstood that I could get stuck for good. Dear Yenta, see that he's gentle. Remember, you were also a bride. It's not that I'm sentimental. It's just that I'm terrified. Matchmaker, matchmaker, plan me no plans. I'm in no rush. Maybe I've learned playing with matches. A girl can get burned. So bring me no ring, groom me no groom, buy me no buy, catch me no catch, unless he's a matchless match.
Today I am a horse. Dear God, did you have to make my poor old horse lose a shoe just before the Sabbath? That wasn't nice. It's enough you pick on me, Tevye. Bless me with 5 daughters, a life of poverty, but what are you got against my horse? You know, sometimes I think, when things get too quiet up there, you say to yourself, let's see, what kind of mischief can I play on my friend Tevye?
So you're finally here, my breadwinner.
I'll talk to you later.
And where is your horse?
He was invited to the blacksmith's for the Sabbath.
Well, hurry up. The sun won't wait for you. I have something to say to you.
As the good book says, heal us, O Lord, and we shall be healed. In other words, send us the cure. We got the sickness already. I'm not really complaining, after all. With your help, I'm starving to death. You made many, many poor people. I realize, of course, it's no shame to be poor. But it's no great honor either. So then what would have been so terrible if I had a small fortune? If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yada biddy 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 bum. If I were a biddy biddy rich, yidle deedle diddle diddle man, I'd build a big tall house with rooms by the dozen right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. There would be one long staircase just going up and one even longer coming down. And one more leading nowhere just for show. I'd fill my yard with chicks and turkeys and geese and ducks for the town to see and hear, squawking just as noisily as they can. And each loud would sound like a trumpet on the ear, as if to say, here lives a wealthy man. If I were a rich man, yabba biddy 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 bum. All day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yabba biddy 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 bum. If I were a biddy biddy rich, yidle deedle diddle diddle man, I'd see my wife might go there looking like a rich man's wife with a proper double chin, supervising meals to her heart's delight. She would be putting on airs and strutting like a peacock. Boy, what a happy mood she's in. Screaming at their servants day and night. The most important men in town would come to fawn on me. They would ask me to advise them, like Solomon the wise. If you please, Reptavia, pardon me, Reptavia, posing problems that would cross a rabbi's eyes. Yeah, and it won't make one bit of difference if you answer right or wrong. When you're rich, they think you really know. If I were rich, I'd find the time that I lack to sit in the synagogue and pray. Maybe have a seat by the eastern wall. And I'd discuss the holy books with the learned men 7 hours every day. That would be the sweetest thing of all. If I were a rich man, yabba biddy 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 bum. All day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yabba biddy 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 bum. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man?
You forgot our order for the Sabbath.
Reb Mordecai, I had a little accident with my
You
horse.
forgot the rabbi's order.
I know, Reb Mendel.
You forgot my order for the Sabbath.
This is bigger news than the plague in Odessa.
Speaking of news, terrible news in the outside world.
What? What is it? What does it say?
It says here, in a village called Rajanka, all the Jews were evicted. They were forced to leave their homes.
For what reason?
It doesn't say. Maybe the Tsar wanted their land. Maybe it was a plague.
Ah, may the Tsar have his own personal plague. Amen.
Why don't you ever bring us any good news?
I don't read. I just read it. You know, it's an edict from the authority.
Now may the authorities start to itch in places they can't scratch. Amen.
Why do you curse them? What good does cursing them do? All you do is curse and chatter all day long and you don't do a thing. You'll chatter yourselves into a grave.
Excuse me. You're not from this village.
No.
And where are you from?
Kiev. I am a student in the university there.
Ah, the university. Is that where they taught you to criticize your elders?
No, that's where they taught me there's more to life than talk. You should want to know what's going on in the outside world.
Why should I want to break my head about the outside world? Let them break their own heads.
He's right. As the good book says, you spit in the air, it lands in your face.
Oh, that's nonsense. You can't close your eyes to what's happening in the world around you.
He's right.
He's right. He's right. How can they both be right?
You know, you are also right.
He's right. He's still wet behind the ears. Good Sabbath, Tevye.
Good Sabbath, good Sabbath.
Tevye, the rabbi's order. My cheese.
So, you are from Kiev, Reb?
Perchik.
Perchik. So, you are a newcomer here. As Abraham said, I am a stranger in a strange land.
That was Moses.
Forgive me. As King David put it, I am slow of speech and slow of tongue.
That was also Moses.
From a man with a slow tongue, he talked a lot.
And the cheese.
Here. Have a piece.
I have no money and I am not a beggar.
Yeah, it's a blessing for me to give. Here.
Very well, for your sake.
Oh, thank you. It's no crime to be poor.
In this world, the rich are the criminals. Someday we will have the wealth.
That would be very nice. If they would agree, I would agree.
And who will make this miracle come to pass?
People. Ordinary people.
Like you.
Like me.
Nonsense.
No. Until your golden day comes, Red Perchik, how will you live?
By giving lessons to children. Do you have any children?
I have 5 daughters.
5?
Daughters?
Girls are people. Girls should learn too.
Radical.
I will be willing to teach your daughters. Open their minds to great thoughts.
What great thoughts?
Well, the Bible has many lessons for our time.
I'm a poor man. Food for lessons? Stay the Sabbath with us. Of course, we don't eat like kings, but we don't starve either. As the good book says, when a poor man eats a chicken, one of them is sick.
Where does the book say that?
Well, it doesn't exactly say that, but someplace it has something about a chicken. Good Sabbath.
Good Sabbath.
Good Sabbath.
If I were a rich man, yeah, that bum. All day long I'd bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yeah, bum. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man? Sabbath, children.
Good Sabbath, Papa.
Children, this is Patrick. Patrick, this is my oldest daughter.
A good Sabbath.
Good Sabbath.
You have a pleasant daughter.
I have 5 pleasant daughters. This is mine. This is mine. And this is mine. And this is mine. And this is mine. And this is not mine. Patrick. This is Mortal Cannon's oil. This is Patrick. He's from...
So, you did me a favor and came in.
This is also mine. Golda, this is Patrick from Kiev. He'll be staying the Sabbath with us. He is a teacher. Would you like to take lessons from him?
I am a teacher, a really good teacher.
I heard once the rabbi who must praise himself has a congregation of 1.
Your daughter has a quick and witty tongue.
And the wit she gets from me, as the good book says.
The good book can wait. Get washed.
The tongue she gets from her mother.
Oh. Michael, you're also eating with us. Of course, another blessing. Cycle, 2 more.
Yes, Mama.
Sprinze, Pilke, get washed.
Yes, Mama. Yes, Mama. Model can help me.
Of course. Hava, you go too.
Yes, Mama.
Patrick, you can wash outside of the well.
Yes, ma'am.
Tevye. Tevye, I have something to say to you.
Why should the day be different?
Tevye, I have to tell you.
Shh. I'm praying.
Laser Wolf wants to see you.
The butcher? About what?
I don't know, only that he says it's important.
What can be important? I have nothing for him to slaughter.
After the Sabbath, see him, talk to him.
Talk about what? If he's thinking about buying my new milk cow, he can forget it.
Tevye, don't be an ox. A man sends you an important message. At least you can talk to him.
Talk about what? He wants my new milk cow.
Talk to him.
All right. After the Sabbath, I'll talk to him.
Model Yenta was here.
I saw her.
They bring on someone. There will be a match and it will be too late for us.
Don't worry, Zeitel. I found someone who'll sell me his new sew machine. So in a few weeks, I'll save enough to buy it, and then your father will be impressed with me.
But Model, a few weeks may be too late.
But what else can we do?
You can ask my father for my hand tonight, now.
Why should he consider me now? I'm only a poor tailor.
And I'm only the daughter of a poor milkman. Just talk to him.
Zeitel, if your father says no, that's it. It's final. He'll yell at me.
Model.
I'm just a poor tailor.
Model, even a poor tailor is entitled to some happiness.
That's true.
Will you talk to him? Will you talk to him?
All right, I'll talk to him.
Where is everybody? It's late. Where is everybody? Late.
Reb Tevye, may I
Come,
speak to you?
children. We're lighting the candles.
Reb Tevye,
Yes. What is it? Well, Martha, what is it?
good Sabbath, Reb Tevye.
Good Sabbath. Good Sabbath. Come, children. May the Lord protect and defend you. May He always shield you from shame. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. May you be like Ruth and like Esther. May you be deserving of praise. Strengthen them, O Lord, and keep them from the stranger's way.
There might be a party, maybe even a wedding.
A wedding? Why, that's wonderful! I'd be happy to make your wedding merry, lead the dance, and so forth. For a little fee, naturally.
Naturally, a wedding is no wedding without you and your fee.
Good evening, innkeeper. We'd like a drink.
Vodka or schnapps?
Vodka.
Right away.
Good evening.
And what are you doing here so early?
He wants to buy my new milk cow. Good evening, Red Blazer.
Ah, Tavia, sit down, have a drink.
I won't insult you by saying no.
So, how goes it with you, Tavia?
How should it go?
Ah, you're right.
And you?
The same.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So, how's your brother-in-law in America?
I believe he's doing very well.
He wrote you?
Not lately.
Then how do you know?
Because if he was doing badly, he would write. May I?
Look, Tavia, I suppose you know why I wanted to see you.
Yes, I do, Red Blazer, but there's no use talking about it.
Why not?
Why, yes. Why should I get rid of her?
Well, you already have a few more without her.
I see. Today you want one, tomorrow you may want two.
Two? What would I do with two?
The same as you do with one.
Look, Tavia, this is very important to me.
Why is it so important?
Frankly, because I'm lonesome.
Lonesome? What are you talking about?
You don't know?
Yes, we're talking about my new cow. The one you want to buy from me. What's so...
No milk cow because I am lonesome?
What's so funny?
I'm talking about your daughter. Your daughter's idol.
My daughter's idol?
Yes, your daughter's idol. I see her in my butcher shop every Thursday. She's made a good impression on me. And as you well know, Debbie, I'm quite well off. I have my own home, a good store, a servant. Look, Tabby, why do we have to sit down here and press each other? Let's just shake hands and call it a match. And you won't need a dowry for her. And maybe there'll be something in your own purse, too.
Shame on you! Shame! What do you mean, my purse? My item is not the sort I would sell for money.
All right, just as you say. We won't talk about money, but let's get it done with. And I will be good to her, Teddy. I like her. What do you think?
What do I think? What do I think? I never liked him. Oh, you can have a fine conversation with him if you talk about kidneys and livers. On the other hand, not everybody has to be a scholar. And if you're rich enough, no one will ever call you stupid. And with a butcher, my daughter will surely never know hunger. Oh, but he has a problem. He is much older than her. No, that's her problem. But she is much younger. That's his problem. You know, I always thought of him as a butcher, but I misjudged him. He's a good man. He'll try to make her happy. What do I think? It's a match.
You agree?
I agree.
Oh, Tavia, that's wonderful. Let's drink on it.
Why not? To you.
No, my friend. To you.
To the both of us.
To our agreement.
Oh, to our agreement. To our prosperity. To our good health and happiness. And most important, to life. To life. L'chaim. L'chaim, l'chaim, to life. Here's to their father, I try to be.
Here's to my pride to be. Drink l'chaim to life, l'chaim.
like I am to life. Life has a way of confusing us, blessing and bruising us. Drink like I am to life. God would like us to be joyful, even when our hearts lie bending on the floor. How much more can we be joyful when there's really something to be joyful for? To life, like I am. Title, my daughter, my wife. It gives you something to think about, something to drink about. Drink like I am to life. Red vodka.
Oh my God!
Drinks for everyone.
What's the occasion?
I'm taking myself a bride.
Ooh!
10 years old is Saito.
Today's a wolf.
To Tavia,
To Saito, your daughter.
my wife.
May all your futures be pleasant ones, not pleasant ones. Drink like I am.
To life, like I am. Like I am, to life. It takes a wedding to make us say, let's live another day. Drink like I am to life. To us and our good fortune. Be happy, all right. And if our good fortune never comes, here's to whatever comes. Drink like I am tonight. My father-in-law. papa.
My papa.
I always wanted a son. I only wanted one. Well, I wish I had one younger than myself.
What's the celebration?
Tevye's marrying off his oldest daughter.
Oh, very good. May I offer my congratulations, Tevye?
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
Tevye, I have some news that I think I should share with you, you know, as a friend.
Yes?
And,
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm giving you this news, Tevye, because I like you. You are a decent and honest person, even if you are a Jewish daughter.
How often does a man get a compliment like that? And your news?
Well, we have received orders that sometime soon there is to be a little unofficial demonstration.
How little? A pogrom? Here?
No. Just a little unofficial demonstration.
No. How little?
Oh, not too serious. Just some mystery. You know, so that in case an inspector comes through, he will see that we have done our duty. Personally, I don't know why there has to be this trouble between people. But I thought you should know, Tevye. And, you can tell the others.
Well, thank you, Your Honor. You're a good man. And if I may say so, it's too bad you're not a Jew.
That's what I like about you, Tevye. You're always joking. Well, listen, good night, and congratulations again, for your daughter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Dear God, did you have to send me news like this today of all days? It's true we are the chosen people, but once in a while, couldn't you choose somebody else? Anyway, thank you for sending a husband for my Zeitung. L'chaim!
Now, children, I am going to discuss a story from the Bible of Laban and Jacob together, and then we will discuss it together, all right? Good. Now, Laban had two daughters, Leah and the beautiful Rachel. Now, Jacob loved the younger Rachel and wanted her hand in marriage. Laban agreed if Jacob would work for him for 7 years.
Was Laban a mean man?
Laban was an employer. Now, children, after 7 years, do you know what happened? Laban fooled him and gave him the ugly Leah instead. But in order for him to gain Rachel's hand, he had to work for another 7 years. Now, children, the Bible clearly teaches us that you should never trust an employer. Do you understand?
Yes, Perchik. Yes, Perchik.
Good.
Your papa isn't up yet.
No, Mama.
How long can he sleep? He staggered home last night and fell into bed like a dead man. I couldn't get a word out of him. Well, put those away and clean the barn. We have to do Papa's work today, too.
Yes, Mama.
You call me when Papa gets up.
Yes, Mama. That was a very interesting lesson, Perchik.
Do you think so?
Although I don't know if the rabbi would agree with your interpretation.
And neither, I suppose, would the rabbi's son?
My little sisters have big tongues.
What do you know about the rabbi's son, except for that he's the rabbi's son? Would you be so interested in him if he was the shoemaker's son or the tinsmith's son?
Well, at least I know this. He doesn't have any strange ideas about turning the world upside down.
Any new idea would be strange to you. As the good Lord said, let there be light.
Yes, but he was not talking to you personally.
You have spirit. Even a little intelligence, perhaps.
Thank you.
But what good are brains without curiosity? They are a rusty tool. Good day, Huddle.
We have an old custom here. A boy acts respectfully to a girl. Oh, but that is too traditional for an advanced thinker like you.
Our traditions? Nothing must change. Everything must stay exactly the way it is.
We like our ways.
Our ways are changing everywhere but here. Here, men and women must keep apart. Men study women in the kitchen. They must not even touch or even look at each other.
I'm looking at you.
You are very brave. Do you know that in the cities, boys and girls are affectionate without even the permission of a matchmaker? They touch, they hold hands, they do dances, new dances, like this. I learned it in Kiev. Do you like it?
Oh, it's very nice.
There. We have just changed an old custom.
Yes, well, you're welcome. I mean, thank you. I mean, good day.
Good day, Huddle.
Oh. 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 Oi. Oi. Oh. Oh. Be okay. No. Is Prince? No. What's your name?
Huddle, Papa.
Huddle, Papa. Where's Eitel?
In the barn.
Call her out. Oh. Well, Rebecca, how did the lesson go today?
I think we made a good beginning.
Ah, he's finally up.
Oh.
What happened last night besides your drinking like a peasant?
Oh.
Did you see Laser Wolf? What did he say? What did you say?
Patience!
You have news!
Patience, woman! As the good book says, bad news will stay, good news refuse to leave, and
Oh, you could die from such a man.
oh, sure.
Yes, Papa.
Pop. Zeitel, come. Here. Zeitel, my lamb, you ought to be congratulated. You're going to be married.
Married? What do you mean, Papa?
A laser wolf has asked for your hand.
I knew it.
Butcher?
My heart told me this was our lucky day. Oh, dear God, I thank thee. I thank thee.
What do you have to say, Zeitel?
Say? What can she say? My firstborn a bride. Oh, may you grow old with him in fortune and honor. Not like Fruma Sarah, that first wife of his. She was a bitter woman. Puh, may she rest in peace. But not like my Zeitel. And now I must go thank Yenta. Oh, my firstborn a bride. Oh.
Mazel tov, Zeitel. Mazel tov, Zeitel.
You call that a muzzle tov? What about you, Red Patrick? Aren't you going to congratulate her?
Congratulations, Eitel, on marrying a rich man.
Ah, again with the rich. What's wrong with being rich?
It is no reason to marry. Money is the world's curse.
May the Lord smite me with it, and may I never recover. Zeitel knows, I mean only her welfare. Am I right, Zeitel?
Yes, Papa.
You see.
I see. I see very well, Red Tevye.
Come, Zeitel, come. Why are you so silent? Aren't you happy with his blessing?
Oh, Papa! Papa!
What? What is it? Tell me.
Papa, I don't want to marry him. I can't marry him. I can't.
No, don't say I can't. If I say you will, you will.
Papa, if it's a matter of money, I'll do anything. I'll hire myself out as a servant. I'll dig ditches. I'll haul rocks. Only don't make me marry him, Papa, please.
What's wrong with Lazy? He likes you.
Papa, I'll be unhappy with him. I'll be unhappy all my days. Papa, I'll dig ditches. I'll haul rocks.
Then we made an agreement. And with us, an agreement is an agreement.
Is that more important than I am, Papa? Papa, please don't force me. I'll be unhappy all my life.
All right. I won't force you.
Oh, thank you.
But it seems it was not ordained that you should have all the comforts of life, or that we should have a little joy in our life after all our hard work.
Reptevia! Reptevia, may I speak to you?
Later, Motel, later.
There's something I'd like to tell you.
Not now, Motel. I have problems.
That's what I want to speak to you about. I think I could help.
Certainly. Like a bandage can help a corpse. Goodbye, Motel. Goodbye.
Papa, at least listen to him.
All right, you have a tongue. Talk.
Reptevia, I hear you're arranging a match for Zeitel.
He also has ears.
I have a match for Zeitel.
What kind of match?
A perfect fit.
A perfect fit.
Like a glove.
Like a glove.
This match is made exactly to measure.
Stop talking like a tailor and tell me who it is!
Please don't shout at me!
All right. Who is it?
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 It's me! Myself!
Him? Himself? You must be crazy. Either you are completely out of your mind, or you are crazy. What are you arranging a match for yourself? What are you, the bridegroom and the guest and the matchmaker all rolled into one? I suppose you even want to perform the ceremony.
Please don't show
me.
me.
You must be crazy.
For being my own matchmaker, I know it's a little unusual, but...
Unusual? It's crazy.
Times are changing, Reptevia. The thing is, your daughter Zeitel and I gave each other a pledge more than a year ago that we would marry.
You gave each other a pledge?
Yes, Papa, we gave each other our pledge.
They gave each other a pledge. Unheard of. Absurd. They gave each other a pledge. Unthinkable. Where do you think you are? In Moscow? In Paris? Where do they think they are? America. And what do you think you're doing? You stitcher, you nothing. Where do you think you are? King Solomon? This isn't the way it's done. Not here, not now. There's some things I cannot allow. Tradition. Marriages must be arranged. But Papa, this should never be changed. One little time you pull out a prop, and where does it stop? Where does it stop? Where does it stop? Don't I have anything to say about my daughter, or doesn't anyone have to ask her father anymore?
I have wanted to ask you for some time, Reptevia, but first I want to save up for my own sewing machine.
Stop talking nonsense. You're just a poor tailor.
That's true, Reptevia, but even a poor tailor is entitled to some happiness. I promise you, your daughter will not starve.
He's beginning to talk like a man. On the other hand, what kind of match would that be with a poor tailor? On the other hand, he's an honest and hard worker. On the other hand, he has absolutely nothing. On the other hand, things could never get worse for him. They could only get better. They gave each other a pledge, unheard of, absurd. They gave each other a pledge, unthinkable. But look at my daughter's face. She loves him. She wants him. Look at my daughter's eyes, so hopeful. Tradition. Well, children, when shall we make the wedding?
Thank you, Papa.
Reptevia, you won't be sorry.
I won't be sorry. I'm sorry already.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Papa. They pledged their troth. More than children. Golden. What am I going to tell Golden? What am I going to do about Golden? Help!
Marvel, you were wonderful.
It was a miracle. It was a miracle. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles, God took a Daniel once again. Stood by his side and miracle of miracles, walked him through the lion's den. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles, I was afraid that God would frown, but like he did so long ago in Jericho, God just made a wall fall down. When Moses softened Pharaoh's heart, that was a miracle. When God made the waters of the Red Sea part, that was a miracle too. But of all God's miracles, large and small, the most miraculous one of all is that out of a worthless lump of clay, God has made a man today. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles, God took a tailor by the hand, turned him around, and miracle of miracles led him to the promised land. When David slew Goliath, yes, that was a miracle. When God gave us manna in the wilderness, that was a miracle too. But of all God's miracles, large and small, the most miraculous one of all is the one I thought could never be. God has given you to me.
Where is she? Where is she?
Where is who? What are you talking about?
Frumasera, Laser Wolf's first wife, Frumasera. She was standing here a minute ago.
Frumasera? Tevye, what's the matter with you? Frumasera has been dead for years. You must have been dreaming. Tell me what you dreamt, then I'll tell you what it meant.
It was terrible.
Tell me.
All right. Only don't be frightened.
Tell me.
All right. This is my dream. In the beginning of the dream, I dreamt we were having some kind of celebration. Everybody we knew was there. Musicians, too. In the middle of the dream, in walked your grandmother Zeitel. May she rest in peace.
Grandmother Zeitel? How did she look?
For a woman that's dead 30 years, she looked very good. Oh, so naturally, I walked up to greet her. And she said to me,
a blessing on your head.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
To see your daughter wed.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
And such a son-in-law, like no one ever saw. The tailor Mottel Chemsoil.
Mottel?
A worthy boy is he.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
Of pious family.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
They named him after my dear Uncle Mordecai, the tailor Mottel Chemsoil.
A tailor? She must have heard wrong. She meant a butcher.
you must have heard wrong, Grandma. There's no tailor. You mean a butcher, Grandma, by the name of Laser Wolf?
No! I mean a tailor, Tevya, my great-grandchild, my little idol who you named for me. Mottel's bride was meant to be. For such a match I prayed.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
In heaven it was made.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
A fine upstanding boy, a comfort and a joy, the tailor Mottel Chemsoil.
But we announced it already. We made a bargain with the butcher.
But we announced it grandma to our neighbors. We made a bargain, grandma, where the butcher lays a wolf.
So you announced it, Tevya. That's your headache. But as for Laser Wolf, I say to you, Tevya, that's your headache too. A blessing on your house, muzzle top, muzzle top. Imagine such a spouse, muzzle top, muzzle top. And such a son-in-law, like no one ever saw. The tailor muzzle cans oil.
Was the butcher?
The tailor muzzle cans oil.
Was laser wolf? The tailor muzzle cans oil.
Shot! Shot! Look, who is this? Who is this? Who comes here? Who? What is this? My righteous anchor shaken.
Could it be? Yes, it could.
Why not?
Who could be mistaken?
It's the butcher's wife come from beyond the grave. It's the butcher's dear darling departed wife.
Sarah, 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 Sarah.
What is this about your daughter marrying my husband? Would you do this to your friend and neighbor, Fruma Sarah? Have you no consideration for a woman's feelings? Handing over my belongings to a total stranger. How can you allow it? How can you let your daughter take my place, live in my house, carry my keys, and wear my clothes, pearls? How?
How could you allow your daughter to take her place?
Help! 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 Such a learned man as Tevya wouldn't let it happen. Tell me that it isn't true, and then I wouldn't worry. Say you didn't give your blessing to your daughter's marriage. Let me tell you what would follow such a fatal wedding. If Saito marries Laser Wolf, I pity them both. She'll live with them 3 weeks. And when 3 weeks are up, I'll come to her by night. I'll take her by the throat. And this'll give her Saito, that'll give her Saito, this'll give her Saito. Here's my wedding present if she marries Laser Wolf.
It's an evil spirit! It's an evil spirit! May it fall into the river! Sink into the ground! Such a dark and horrible dream! And to think, it was brought on by that butcher! If my grandmother Zeitel, may she rest in peace, came all the way from the other world to tell us about the tailor, then all we can say is it's all for the best and it couldn't possibly be any better. Amen. Amen. A blessing on my head, muzzle tough, like Grandma Zeitel said, muzzle tough. We'll have a son-in-law like no one ever saw, the tailor model Camsoil.
We haven't got the men
Muzzle tough,
we had when we began.
muzzle tough.
But since your grandma came, she'll marry, what's his name?
The tailor model Camsoil. The tailor model Camsoil. The tailor model Camsoil. The tailor model Camsoil.
Mister.
This cycle is very long. Not reasonable.
No!
Yes. Cycle is very bottom. Yes.
No! What's all the excitement? Tabby's daughter is getting married. I know! It's the wolf, the butcher! No!
She's getting married to Martha Lindsay.
Marvel! Taylor! Boy! That's terrible! Oh, show. Muzzle top, model! Muzzle top, model!
What's wrong with my son? Excuse me, Shadow.
Ah, Mother! Oh, you sold him a wedding hat for me.
Well, Laser Wolf ordered a hat, but it's not cheap.
I got his bride. I could get his hat.
Ah, good then. Come.
Oh, Hava, can you watch the show for a few minutes? I'll be back soon.
Of course, Maho.
Thank you.
Come, I'll show you. Mazel tov, Hava.
Oh, thank you, Yusel. Thank you very much.
Oh, mazel tov, Hava! Mazel tov, Hava!
Please, may I pass?
Fine, we are congratulating you.
Mazel tov, Hava.
All right, stop it! What's wrong with you? Just stop it.
Now listen here, Fiedka.
Goodbye, Sasha. I said goodbye. I am sorry about that. They mean no harm.
Don't they? Is there something you want?
Yes, I'd like to talk to you.
No, thank you.
I've often noticed you at the booksellers. Not many girls in this village like to read. Would you like to borrow this book? It is very good.
No, thank you. Excuse me.
Why? Because I'm not Jewish? Do you feel about us the way they feel about you? I wouldn't think you would.
What could you possibly know about me?
Well, let me tell you about myself, eh? I'm a pleasant fellow. Charming, honest, ambitious, quite bright, and very modest.
I don't think we should be talking this way.
I often do things I should not. Go ahead. Take the book. It's by Heinrich Heine. Happens to be Jewish, I believe.
Well, that doesn't matter.
You're right. Good. After you return the book, I'll ask you how you like it. Then we'll talk about it for a while. Then we can talk about life, how we feel about things. And it could all turn out quite pleasant.
Oh, Fietka, can I do something for you?
No, thank you, Mottel.
Oh, you forgot your book.
Oh, no, Motto, that's mine. Thank you.
Thank you, Hava.
Good day, Hava.
Good day.
Fietka.
Good day, Fietka.
this the little girl I carried? Is this the little boy at play?
I don't remember growing older. When did they?
When did she get to be a beauty? When did he grow to be so tall?
Wasn't it yesterday when they were
Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly fly the days. Seedlings turn overnight to sunflowers, blossoming even as we
Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, sweetly by the years. One season following another, laden with happiness and tears.
What words of wisdom can I give them? How can I help to ease their way?
Now they must learn from one another, day by day.
They look so natural together.
Just like two newlyweds should be.
Is there a canopy in store for me?
Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly by the years.
newlyweds, Martha and Sidon. May they live together in peace to a ripe old age. Amen. And our beloved Rabbi, may he be with us for many, many years. Amen. I would like to announce that the bride's parents are giving the newlyweds the following gifts: a new feather bed and pillows. Goose pillows. And these candlesticks. Now, let us not in our joy this evening forget our dear departed, those who are no longer with us, who lived in pain, in poverty, and hardship, and who died in pain, in poverty, and hardship. But enough tears! Let's be merry and content, like our good friend Laser Wolf, a man who has everything in the world except a wife. But Laser shows no ill will. As a matter of fact, he has a gift he's come to announce for the newlyweds himself. Come, Laser Wolf, come.
Like he said, I have no hard feelings. What's done is done. I'm giving the newlyweds 5 chickens. One for each of the first 5 Sabbaths of their wedded life.
Reb Laser, you are a decent man. In the name of my daughter and her new husband, I accept your gift. You know, there's a famous saying...
Reb Tavia, I'm not marrying your daughter. I don't have to listen to your famous sayings.
If you just wait a second, I was only going to...
Why should I wait for a man who breaks an agreement?
Not now, Reb Laser. In the middle of a wedding.
I have the right to talk.
What right? This is not your wedding.
It should have been.
Reb Laser, don't shame Reb Tavia at his daughter's wedding.
He shamed me in front of the whole village.
My terms weren't settled.
The rabbi. Rabbi, say something.
I say, let's all sit down.
We all heard the wise words of the rabbi.
Now, I'd like to sing a little song.
You can keep your diseased chickens!
Leave my chickens out of this! We made a bargain!
But the terms weren't settled!
We wreck on it!
I saw them think tonight!
Once a butcher, always a butcher!
I had a sign. My grandmother came to us from the grave.
What sign? What grandmother? My grandfather came to me from the grave and told me that her grandmother was a big liar.
We wreck on it!
Quiet down! I say to you!
But the terms weren't settled!
Quiet! 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 What is all the screaming about? You drag on an agreement, a sign. That's nonsense. Zeitel wanted to marry Muttle and not Laser.
A young girl decides for herself?
Why not? They love each other.
Love?
Terrible!
He's a radical.
What happened to the matchmaker?
I say,
Let's sit down.
Come on, musicians, play a song, a dance, play. It's a wedding. Come on, somebody dance.
Hey, what are you doing?
Who will dance with me?
That's a sin.
It's no sin to dance at a wedding.
What with the girl?
That's what you get for bringing a wild man into your house!
He's not a wild man. His ideas are a little
It's
different.
a sin.
It's no sin. Ask the rabbi.
dancing? Well, it's not exactly forbidden.
You see, it's not forbidden.
And it's no sin. Now, who will dance with me?
Only a dance, Mama.
Watch it. Watch it now. Watch it. Okay.
See that we've come at a bad time, Kevin. I'm sorry, but the orders are for tonight, for the entire village. Go on and play. Go on and play!
What is this?
All right, then.
No!
All right, enough! Enough! I'm genuinely sorry, Kevin. You understand? I had to do it. All right, men, we're through here. Let's go.
Take him into the house.
What are you standing around for? Clean up. Clean up. That was quite the dowry you gave my daughter Zeidel at her wedding. Was that necessary? Anyway, Zeidel and Mottel have been married almost 2 months now. They work very hard. They're as poor as squirrels in winter. But they're so happy, they don't know how miserable they are. Mottel keeps talking about their sewing machine. I know you're very busy with wars and revolutions, floods and plagues, all the little things that bring people to you. But couldn't you take a second away from your catastrophes and get it for them? How much trouble could it be? Oh, and while you're in the neighborhood, my horse's left leg. Am I bothering you too much? I'm sorry. But as the good book says, why should I tell you what the good book says?
Please don't be upset, Huddle.
Why should I be upset? If you must leave, you must.
I must. They'll be expecting me tomorrow in Kiev.
So you told me. Then goodbye.
Huddle, great changes are happening all over the country. Tremendous changes, but they can't happen by themselves.
So naturally you feel that you personally...
And not just me, Jews, Gentiles. Men hate what's going on in the country, don't you understand?
Yes, I understand, of course. You want to leave. Then goodbye.
Huddle, your father, the other men in this town think that what happened at Zeidel's wedding was a cloudburst and that it's all going to disappear. It's not. Horrible things are happening all over the land. Pogroms, violences. Whole towns are being cleared of their people. It's reaching everywhere. It will reach here. Don't you understand?
Yes, I suppose I do.
I have work to do. The greatest work a man can do.
Then goodbye, Preacher.
Before I go, I have a question I wish to discuss with you.
Yes?
A political question.
What is it?
The question of marriage.
This is a political question?
In a theoretical sense, yes. The relationship between a man and a woman known as marriage is based on mutual beliefs and a philosophy towards society.
And affection.
And affection. This relationship also has common social values and a unity of solidarity.
And affection.
And affection, yes. And I am personally in favor of it. So I take it you understand.
Yes, I think you're asking me to marry you.
In a theoretical sense, yes, I am.
I was hoping you were.
So I take it we are considered engaged, even though I'm going away. I'm very happy, Huddle. Very.
So am I, Perchik. What's the matter?
I used to tell myself that I had everything, but that was only half true. I had an aim in life, and that was everything, but now I even have you. I have something that I would die for, someone that I can live for too. Yes, now I have everything. Not only everything, I have a little bit more. Besides having everything, I know what everything's for. I used to wonder, could there be a wife to share such a difficult, wandering kind of life?
I was only out of sight, waiting right here.
Who knows tomorrow where our home will be?
I'll be with you, and that's home enough for me.
Everything is right at hand, simple and clear. I have something that I would die for, someone that I can live for too. Yes, now I have everything. Not only everything, I have a little bit more. Besides having everything, I know what everything's It will be a hard life, Huddle.
Yes, but it'll be less hard if we live it together.
Yes.
Good evening.
Reb Tevye, I have some bad news. I must leave this place.
When?
Right away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Patrick. We'll all miss you.
But I also have some good news. You can congratulate us.
Congratulations. What for?
Huddle and I are engaged.
Engaged?
Yes, Papa, we're engaged.
No, you're not. I know you like him, and he likes you, but you're going away, and you're staying here. So, have a nice trip, Patrick. I hope you'll be very happy, but my answer is no.
Papa, you don't understand.
I understand. I gave my permission to Motel and Zeitel. You feel you also have a right. I'm sorry, Patrick. I like you. But you're going away. So go in good health, and my answer is still no.
Please, Papa.
You're not listening. I said no. I'm sorry, Huddle. We'll find someone else for you, here in Anatevka.
Reb Tevye, we're not asking for your permission, only for your blessing. Huddle and I are going to get married.
You're not asking my permission?
But we would like your blessing, Papa.
I can't believe mine own ears. My blessing? For what? For going over my head. Impossible. At least with Zeitel and Motel, they ask me, they beg me, but now if I like it or not, she'll marry him. So what do you want from me? Go on, be wed, and tear out my beard and uncover my head. Tradition. They're not even asking permission from a papa. What's happening to the tradition? One little time you pull out the thread, and where has it led? Where has it led? Where has it led? To this. A man tells me he's getting married. He doesn't ask me, he tells me. But first, he abandons her.
He is not abandoning me, Papa.
I will send for her and marry her as soon as I can. I love her.
I love her. Love. It's a new style. On the other hand, our old ways were once new, weren't they? On the other hand, they decided without parents, without a matchmaker. On the other hand, did Adam and Eve have a matchmaker? Yes, they did. Well, it seems these two have the same matchmaker. They're going over my head, unheard of, absurd. For this, they want to be blessed. Impossible. Look at her daughter's face. She loves him. She wants him. Look at my daughter's eyes. She loves him. Tradition. Well, children, you have my blessing and my permission.
Oh, thank you, Papa.
Thank you, Papa. What am I going to tell your mother? Another dream?
Thank you, Papa. Perhaps you could tell her some story that maybe I went to live with a rich uncle, something like that.
Please, Patrick, I can handle my own wife. Go, go. Golda! Golda!
What is it?
Hello, Golda. I was just talking to Patrick and Huddle.
Well?
They seem to be very fond of each other.
So?
Well, I've decided to give them my permission to become engaged. I got to go in the house.
What? Just like this? not even asking me.
Who asks you? I'm the father.
And who is he? A pauper. He has nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Now, I wouldn't say that. I hear he has a rich uncle. A very rich uncle. Golda, he's a good man. I like him. He's a little crazy, but I like him. What's more important, Huddle likes him. Huddle loves him. So what could I do? Oh, it's a new world. A new world. Love. Golda, do you love me?
Do I what?
Do you love me?
Do I love you?
Well?
With our daughters getting married and this trouble in the town, you're upset, you're worn out, go inside, go lie down. Maybe it's indigestion.
Golda, I'm asking you a question. Come. Do you love me?
You're a fool.
I know, but do you love me?
Do I love you?
Well?
For 25 years I've washed your clothes, cooked your meals, cleaned your house, given you children, milked the cow. After 25 years, why talk about love right now?
Golda, the first time I met you was on our wedding day. I was scared.
I was shy.
I was nervous.
So was I.
But my father and my mother said we'd learn to love each other. So I'm asking, do you love me?
I'm your wife.
I know, but do you love me?
Do I love him? For 25 years I've lived with him, fought with him, starved with him. 25 years my bed is his. If that's not love, what is?
Then you love me.
I suppose I do.
And I suppose I love you too. It doesn't change a thing, but even so, after 25 years, it's nice to know.
Zeitel, darling! Oh, Zeitel, darling! Guess who I just saw? Your sister, Hava, with that Fiedka. And it's not the first time I've seen them together.
You saw Hava with Bianca.
Hey, what did I make it up? Oh, and Zeitel, I happened to be at the post office, and the postman told me there's a letter there for your sister, Huddle.
Wonderful, I'll go get it.
Yeah. I got it already. It's from her intended, Perchik.
She's been waiting so... But it's open.
Oh, it happened to be opened. Rivka! Rivka, come, quick! I have such news for you! Ooh. Remember Perchik, that crazy student? Remember at the wedding when Zeitel married the model and Perchik started dancing with Tevia's daughter, Huddle? Well, I just heard that Perchik's been arrested in Kiev.
No!
Yes!
Remember Perchik, that crazy student? Remember at the wedding he danced with Tevia's Huddle? Well, I just heard that Huddle's been arrested in Kiev. No! Terrible!
bridal married Myrtle. Well, I just heard that Myrtle's been arrested for dancing at the wedding.
No.
In Kiev.
Remember Perchik with all his strange ideas. Remember Zeitel's wedding. When Tevye danced with Golda, well, I just heard that Tevye's been arrested and Golda's gone to Kiev.
No.
God forbid.
She didn't.
She did.
Everyone, listen. Terrible news. Terrible. Yes? So?
No. What? The gold has been arrested. He's gone to Kiev. Tevye started dancing. Bartle's acting strange. Princess has the measles.
And that's what comes from men and women. Dancing.
You don't have to wait for the train, Papa. You'll be late for your customers.
Just a few more minutes. Is he in bad trouble, this hero of yours? Arrested? Convicted?
Yes, but he did nothing wrong. He cares nothing for himself. Everything he does is for humanity.
But if he did nothing wrong, he wouldn't be in trouble.
Papa, how can you say that? What wrongs did Joseph do and Abraham and Moses? And they had troubles.
But why won't you tell me where he is, this Joseph of yours?
It is far, Papa. Terribly far. He is in a settlement in Siberia.
Siberia? And he asks you to leave your father and your mother and join him in that frozen wasteland and marry him there?
No, Papa. He did not ask me to go. I want to go. I want to help him in his work. It is the greatest work a man can do, Papa.
Father, baby.
How can I hope to make you understand why I do what I do? Why I must travel to a distant land, far from the home I love. Once I was happily content to be as I was, where I was, close to the people who are close to me, here in the home I love. Who could see that a man would come who would change the shape of my dreams? Helpless now I stand with him, watching older dreams grow dim. Oh, what a melancholy choice this is, wanting home, wanting him, closing my heart to every hope but his, leaving the home I love. There where my heart has settled long ago, I must go, I must go. Who could imagine I'd be wandering so far from the home I love? Yet there with my love I'm home.
But who, my child, will there be to perform a marriage there in the wilderness?
Papa, I promise you, we will be married under a canopy.
No doubt a rabbi or two was also arrested. Well, give my regards to that Moses of yours. I always thought he was a good man. Tell him I rely on his honor to treat my daughter well. Tell him that.
Papa, God alone knows when we shall see each other again.
Then we will leave it in his hands. Take care of her. See that she dresses warm.
There where my heart has settled long ago, I must go, I must go. Who could imagine I'd be wandering so far from the home I love? Yet there with my love I'm home.
Thank you very much. Mazel tov, Zeitel.
Mother, you got it!
I got it.
It's beautiful!
I know.
Have you tried it yet?
Look!
Beautiful.
I know. And in less than a minute. And look how close and even the stitches are.
Model, it's wonderful.
I know. From now on, my clothes will be perfect. Made by machine. No more handmade clothes.
Oh, the rabbi! Rabbi!
Rabbi, my new sewing machine.
Mazel tov, Mother. Mazel tov.
Rabbi, is there a blessing for a sewing machine?
There's a blessing for everything. Amen.
Amen.
Mazel tov.
And Zeitel, the baby. How is the baby?
He's wonderful, Mama.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Fietka.
I came for the shirt.
It's ready.
See, it's my new sewing machine. Fietka.
Oh, I see. Congratulations, Mortal.
Thank you.
Well, good day.
Good day, Fietka.
Martel, how does it work?
Look, it's an amazing thing. You work out with your hand and your foot.
They still don't know about us? However, you must tell them.
I know I must, but I'm afraid.
Let me talk to your father.
Oh, no, that would be the worst thing, I'm
Let
sure.
me try.
No, I'll talk to him, I promise.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, good day.
Good day. Chava, what are you and he talking about?
Nothing, Papa. We were just talking.
Chava, I would be a lot happier if you and he remained friends from a distance. You must not forget who you are and who that man is.
He has a name, Papa.
Of course, all creatures on earth have a name.
Fietka's not a creature, Papa. Fietka's
Who said that he wasn't? It's just he's a different kind of man. As the good book says, each shall seek his own kind, which translated means a bird may love a fish, but where would they build a home together?
The world is changing, Papa.
No. Some things do not change for us. Some things will never change.
We don't feel that way.
We?
Fietka and I. We want to be married.
Oh, you want to be a mind? Don't you know what this means, marrying outside the faith?
But Papa, please.
No, Chava. No. Never talk about this again. Never mention his name again.
Papa.
Never see him again. Do you understand me?
Yes, Papa. I understand you.
Ah, you're finally here. Let's go home. It's time for supper.
I want to see Mottle's new machine.
You can say it another time. It's late.
Quiet, woman! Don't make me angry. For when I get angry, not even flies dare to fly.
I'm very frightened of you. After we finish supper, I'll faint. Come home!
Go there! I am the man of the family. I am the head of the house. I want to see Mottle's new machine now. All right, let's go home. Longer that miserable horse of mine complain about his leg. Dear God, if I can walk on 2 legs, why can't he walk on 3? Well, I know I shouldn't be too upset with him. He's one of your creatures. He has the same rights that I have. The right to be sick, the right to be hungry, the right to work like a horse. Ah, dear God. I'm getting sick and tired of pulling this wagon. I know. I should push it a while.
Tevye! Tevye! Tevye!
What?
Tevye, Tava!
What? What is it?
Tava! Hava left home this morning with Fietka.
What?
I looked everywhere for them. I even went to the priest. He told me they were married.
Married? Go home, Colton. You have other children at home. Go home. You have work to do. I have work to do.
But Hava...
Hava is dead to us.
No!
We will forget her. Go home. Little bird, little Hava, I don't understand what's happening today. Everything is all a blur. All I can see is a happy child, the sweet little bird you were, Havala, Hava. Little bird, little Havana, you were always such a pretty little thing, everybody's favorite child. Gentle and kind and affectionate, what a sweet little bird you were, Havana, Havana.
Papa, I want to talk to you. Papa, stop! At least listen to me. Papa, I beg you to accept us, please.
Accept them? How can I accept them? Can I deny everything I believe in? On the other hand, can I deny my own daughter? On the other hand, how can I turn my back on my faith, my people? If I try to bend that far, I will break. On the other hand, there is no other hand. No, Hava. No.
Papa!
No.
The two boys I told you about. Oh, Golda, darling, here they are. Wonderful boys. Most learned boys, Golda, from good families. Each of them a prize, a jewel. Oh, you couldn't do better for your girls. Just right, from the top of the trees.
I don't know, Yenta. My girls are still so young.
So what do they look like? Grandfathers? Meanwhile, they'll be engaged. No looking around. Nothing to worry about later. Their futures all signed and sealed.
But which one for which one?
Oy vey. What's the difference?
Golden.
Take your pick.
Golden, is Reptevia in?
Yes, but he's in the house. Why, is there some trouble?
Prince, Bill, go get your father, please.
Ooh, quick, run home. Tell your parents I'll talk to them
together
later.
like a bunch of goats.
Reptevia. Reptevia, have you seen the constable today?
No, why?
There are some rumors in town. We thought that since you knew him so well, you could tell us what was true and what was not true.
What rumors?
Someone from Zollidan told me that... Oh,
Welcome, Your Honor. What's the good news in the world?
I see that you have company, Tevye.
Well, these are my friends.
Well, it's just as well. What I have to say is for their ears also. Tevye, how much time do you need to sell your house and all your household goods?
Sell my house? Why should I sell my house? Is it in anybody's way?
No, I wish it was that simple, Tevye. What I have come to tell you is you are going to have to leave Anatevka.
How did I come to deserve such an honor?
It's not just you, but to all of you. At first, I thought you might be spared, Tevye, because of your daughter Harva, who married...
My daughter is dead.
I understand. But at any rate, it affects all of you. You are going to have to leave.
And you who have known us all these years, you can carry out these orders.
I have nothing to do with it. Don't you understand?
No, I don't.
We understand. We understand.
And what if we refuse to go? Look, I've got an order here. And it says that you must sell your homes. And you must be out of here in 3 days. And if you refuse to leave, you will be forced out.
We will defend ourselves.
Fight. Against the Tsar's army. I wouldn't advise it.
I have some advice for you. Get off my land. This is still my home, my land. Get off my land.
You've got 3 days. After a lifetime, a piece of paper, and get thee out?
Maybe we should see the people in Zollidan. Perhaps they have a plan.
Maybe we should defend ourselves. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
Yeah, very good. Then the whole world ends up blind and toothless.
Rabbi, we've been waiting for the Messiah all our lives. Wouldn't now be a good time for him to come?
Well, Mendel, we'll have to wait for him someplace else. In the meanwhile, let's all start packing.
That's right. I'll see you all before I leave.
3 days? I've got more than 100 bottles of vodka. What will I do?
Where am I to go with a wife, a parents, and 3 children?
Well, Anatevka hasn't exactly been the Garden of Eden.
After all, what have we got here? A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a pot,
A pan, a broom, a hat.
Somebody should have set a match to this place long ago.
A bench. A tree.
So what's a stove?
Or a house.
People who pass through Anatevka don't even know they've been here.
A stick of wood?
A piece of cloth.
What do we need? Nothing much. Only Anatevka. 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 Underfed, overworked. Anatevka.
the place.
Our forefathers have been forced out of many, many places at a moment's notice.
Maybe that's why we always wear our hats.
Where will we live in America?
With Uncle Abram, but he doesn't know it yet.
I wish you and the baby were coming with us. We will be living in Warsaw, but we don't have enough money. We will join you.
Marple, be careful with these. My mother and father, may they rest in peace, gave them to us on our wedding day.
Come, children, help me pack the rest of the clothes.
Golda! Golda, darling! Golda, darling, I had to see you before I left because I had such news for you. You remember yesterday, Golda, I told you I didn't know where to go, what to do with these old bones. Well, now I know. You want to hear? I'll tell you. All my life I've dreamed of going to one place, and now I'll walk, I'll crawl, I'll get there. Guess where? You'll never guess. Every year at Passover, what do we say? Next year in Jerusalem. Next year in the Holy Land.
You're going to the Holy Land?
Oh, there you guessed. And you want to know why? In my sleep, my husband, my Aaron, came to me and said, Yenta, go to the Holy Land. Usually, of course, I wouldn't listen to him because too much brains he wasn't blessed with. But in my sleep, it's a sign. So somehow or other, I will get to the Holy Land. And do you want to know what I'll do when I get there? I'm a matchmaker, no? I'll arrange marriages, yes? So I'm going to the Holy Land to help our people increase and multiply. It's my mission. So goodbye, Golda.
Goodbye, Yenta. Be well and go in peace.
Maybe next time, Yolda, we'll meet on happier occasions. Meanwhile, we suffer. We suffer. We suffer in silence, right? Of course, right.
Come, Golda. We have to hurry. Golda, we have to get finished.
We have to leave? It sounds so easy.
Oh, we'll all be together soon. Mortal and Zeidel and the baby, they'll join us too, you'll see. That Mortal is a person.
And Huddle and Perchik, when will we ever see them?
Well, do they come visiting us from Siberia every Sabbath? You know what she writes. He stays in prison and she works, and soon he'll be set free, and together they will turn the world upside down. They couldn't be happier. And you still got the other children with you.
Not all.
All. We have to get finished.
I still have to sweep the floor.
Sweep the floor?
I don't want to leave a dirty house.
Hey.
Well, Tavia, I'm on my way.
Where are you going?
Chicago. In America, my wife, Fruma Sarah, may she rest in peace, has a brother that lives there.
Oh, that's nice.
I hate him.
Oh.
But a relative is a relative. Goodbye, Tavia.
Goodbye, Lisa. Zeidel, are they almost finished inside?
Almost, Papa. Papa. Zeidel. Papa will see you. I want him to. I want to say goodbye to him. He will not listen. But at least he will hear. He Maybe it would be better.
Hello, Papa. I came to say goodbye. We are also leaving this place. We're going to Krakow.
We cannot stay among people who could do such things to others.
And we wanted you to know that. Bye, Papa. Mama.
Yes, we are also leaving. Some are driven away by edicts, others by silence. Come, Hava.
Bye, Hava. Pietka.
God be with you.
I'll be with you. We will write you in America if you like.
We'll be staying with Uncle Avram.
Yes, Mom.
We're staying with Uncle Avram. We're staying with Uncle Avram. The whole world has to know our business.
Oh, stop yelling and finish packing. We have a train to catch.
I don't need any advice from you. Zeigel, don't forget the baby. We have a train and a boat to catch. Bielke, Spritze, put the bottles on the wagon. Put them there.
Papa.
Goodbye, Marco.
Goodbye, Mama.
Marco, work hard. Come to us soon.
I will, Reptevia. I'll work hard.
Golda, we can leave this pot.
No, we cannot.
All right, we'll take them.
We're going on a train and a boat.
Stop that. Behave yourselves. We're not in America yet. Oy.
Come, children. Let's go.